This is a video on how to fill out Form 941, and this is actually problem 93A in your book on page 324. There's more information about this on pages 304 through 306 in your book, but I have a form that's all filled out. When you actually do this, you would want to make sure and take the company name, which is Jackson Company, and this is coming from the bottom of page 324. And here's the address and the city and the state and the zip. And this is for the third quarter of the year, it tells us that, so that's for the months of July, August, and September. Now, looking at the information here, we are told that during this quarter, this company employs 6 people, have 6 people. If you look on the top of page 325, you see a portion of a payroll register starting with Barker DD going through KR Bardick, and that's where that 6 comes from. Okay, so we're going to put in the 6 over here. It says wages, tips, and other compensation. This document you see on the top of page 325 summarizes everything for July, August, and September. So altogether for those 3 months, our workers have earned $36,236. So that's what goes here. When you look also on page 325 and you look at the federal income tax, the third column from the right says that's $4,495. Now this form is only going to deal with FICA taxes and federal income tax. Those are the only 2 types of taxes. As we go through this, I'm just trying to scoot this down here a bit. So you can see more. Okay, it's kind of slow here on the draw, and all of a sudden it jumps. Okay, so here are lines 1, 2, and 3 up here. When you look at line 5, it says taxable Social Security and Medicare wages. Okay, this would come from the taxable earnings for Social Security, $36.26, and also Medicare is the same amount because no one's gone over yet. Notice that you're multiplying Social Security times 12.4% because it's 6.2 for the employee and 6.2 for the employer. Together that's 12.4. If you multiply that through, you get $4,493.26. There are no tips on this thing. The Medicare is multiplied times 0.29, which is 1.45 times 2. 1.45 for the employee, 1.45 for the employer. So if you take the taxable Social Security wages and times them times the double percentages, what's owed for Social Security and Medicare is a total of $5,544.10. So we're going to add together lines 3 and 5D, and so the total amount of tax we're dealing with here is $10,039.10. As you go through here, they've made this one really simple for us. It doesn't talk about sick pay. Sick pay is handled differently from regular pay, and it has quite a few things that you could be possibly dealing with. In this case, we are not. So let me scoot down a little bit more here now, so we can see through the bottom. So 4 times a year you're going to be filling out one of these Form 941s if you have employees. If you are self-employed and don't hire anyone to work for you, then what you need to do is fill out a different form, but not a Form 941. So I'm just waiting for this handy dandy machine to come up. How you would find out how much you've already deposited would be by looking at your federal tax deposits, and that actually tells you what to line up here together. I'm just scrolling down. The top deposits on line 11, that's where you would get it from your checkbook. Every time you make a federal tax deposit, it would be there. Notice in this case, they tell us that they've made 3 tax deposits, and it's come up to $10,039.10. And so we do not owe the federal government anything at this point. There's no balance due. So going to the very bottom, when that actually comes up here for us, it is a formal document. You do need to sign it. And what would happen at the bottom is you would sign and date it. And for this month, since it's July, August, September, this form would need to be filled out by October 31st. When you do it for October, November, and December, you would have until the last day in January to complete that.